Gramy w Filary Ziemi. Ostatni akt, trzeci.
He's sleeping. Where are you? Buenos dias. Do you understand me?
Sinto ben, pero non temos camas dispoñibles.
No, I don't need a room. I was told a friend of mine stayed here some time ago. A red-haired Englishman called Jack. Do you remember him?
Eu só che falo en galego, miña rula.
Français? English? I'm looking for a man who likes to read a lot.
E logo anda sempre cun libro en riba.
Have you seen anyone like that?
Pero, por que levas un libro en riba? Basta escangallar co pe...
She doesn't even understand that I'm looking for... I should try to... I doubt anyone wants... I already tried that. Better let him... I don't want to... It's too... I must... Where are you? I don't want to leave. It's too... He's asleep. I'm glad I never had to... I'm only... I'm glad I never had... I'm only...
Oh, que...
See, redhead. Can you give...
Se queres xantar, sinto.
Have you seen his Jack Builder?
Ven sendo un pe...
What?
É un peregrino.
Oh, no. He's not a pilgrim.
Entón, quen ven sendo?
Let me show you. He likes to... like jars or strange...
Ai, que diante.
He's a...
Ay,
Oh, it...
nena, que
A trend...
agora mesmo case che dir...
He's a jo...
Ai, na min... xa te...
You don't seem to... He's... I bet... Let me show you... He's a mason.
Ah, eche masó.
See, a mason. It's the same word in Galician.
Pois non me pode...
Oín falar dun masón que dis que se dedica a traducir libros en Toledo.
Polo visto, di que se chama Jack.
Yes, Jack. Have you seen him?
Non sei cal será o seu apelido, pero ben é certo que non chai moitos masóns rubios aos que lles guste ler. Se tan desesperada está, por que non vai a Toledo a comprobalo por si mesma?
Entón, marchou para Toledo.
He went...
A Toledo marchou?
Di que o teu Jack podería estar en...
All right. So, Gracinia, I just pray that I understand. Buenos dias. Parlez-vous français? English?
Of course. How may I help you?
I was told a man named Jack Builder lives in this house.
Who told you this?
A group of scholars living at the edge of town. They said he used to translate old scriptures about mathematics before he moved here.
Please wait here. I will talk with Master Rashid.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? Please be here. It's his. Everything in here is shouting his... I'm certain your father yearns to build something like this. I'm certain your... Everything in here... Everything I'm certain. Who in there? This thing is far more elaborate than. I'm certain. I should. They wouldn't take.
Oh, there you are. May I ask who let you stroll around our house?
I travelled hundreds of miles looking for a man called Jack Builder. A scholar told me that I would find him here.
Yes, my servant told me already. My father's not here at the moment, so you'll have to make do with me. Unfortunately, I must disappoint you. There's no one called Jack living in this house.
Maybe he...
I'm sorry, but this is not... I think you should know that Jack and I are promised to each other. Maybe we should go inside. The sun's burning, and my mother doesn't need to hear... Jack told me about you. You're the one who rejected him and married his stepbrother. And now you want him back.
I'm here because I...
He always said that he had come here to find out about his family. But instead, he found out about everything else. When he and my father met, it was love at first sight. They studied together and made great plans. But in the end, Jack would always start talking about his cathedral again. Rib vaults and pointed windows. He'd ramble on about it for hours and stare up at that ceiling. We three sat here for hours and talked. And then in the evenings, it would be just the two of us. So many strange ideas about the future. Some barely more than...
He always...
Oh, yes. Well, my father had offered him work as a master builder here in Toledo. He would have been well off and free to spend his evenings under vaults like this. But in the end, he refused. Tell me, did you really marry his stepbrother?
It was the hardest decision, but it also felt like a sacrifice I had to make to fulfill a promise I made to my father. It was all for nothing. I thought I had no choice. I didn't... Believe me.
I do. You know, he left me because of you. Even after all you did to him, he couldn't let go.
He can have that effect on people.
But apart from that, we made our peace with him. Father even gave him one of his favorite pieces of his collection as a parting gift. A small wooden statue with stone eyes in exchange for his slingshot.
Would you mind telling me where he went?
He went to Paris to work on the Cathedral of Saint-Denis. He said he never found out about his father, so there was no reason to stay down here anymore.
Paris?
Yes. If you find him there, tell him I don't miss him.
Thank you.
Thank you. What is the child's name?
Well, he has none yet. I wouldn't name him without...
Isn't that a bit silly?
Maybe. But he's his son as well as mine. It's his right to have a say in it too.
Then off to Paris.
That he will get one. Thank you. I travelled back along the Way of St. James, passing through Astorga, Lyon, and Burgos. I crossed the Pyrenees, revisiting Bordeaux, Angoulême, Poitiers, but never stayed longer than one night. The closer I came, if Jack really was there, I'd pull him very, very close, wishing for all the wounds to heal. Even if he does. There. Are we awake then? You almost missed this. Look at these colourful windows. Look at the light.
Ali.
We came to see you, Jack.
We? Is he?
He is your son.
My son?
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. Ali, where do we go from here?
Wherever we go, I want to go with you.
Will you marry me? Both of you?
We will. We stayed in Paris as husband and wife. And our son, Tommy. The days went by quickly. Jack had learned much working as a builder in Saint-Denis. Days became months. Then after a year, we both grew restless. Where can we go from here? We asked ourselves again. We both confessed that we wanted to see our families, our friends. And then we knew where we wanted to go. Home. Even if it was in shambles.
We need to hurry. The ship to England will leave soon.
What's going on here?
Whatever it is, if the crowd doesn't clear up, we'll miss our ship. could make the horse.
Or right.
That sound. Do you know what's going on?
Oh, chaos. I can't.
What happened?
The jongleur told the crowd a few stories. Then he sold people some miracle but it was just fairy tales and... I know, but I'd need a real... Otherwise they'll rip him apart.
Excuse me,
What's going...
He's a thief. He took...
but isn't that just a simple...
That poor man.
She doesn't do it. Have you tried?
I did. Oh, what a remarkably foreign-looking likeness of the Holy Virgin.
Do you think this might calm them down?
I've already tried appealing. It would require a direct word from God to calm them.
Only when she... Behold, the Holy Virgin!
If it takes a miracle to make these fools stop, then give them...
You're right. I have to make her weep.
No, it's not in prayer.
Do you see? It's work.
Your friend Rashid must be quite the...
What's going on? The Holy Mother. She's crying. Revere the Holy Mother, for she has blessed us with a sign from the heavens. Cease your doings right now. And it's true. What in hell? Why is she crying? She weeps for you. What has this man done to you that you would treat him? He tricked us and took our corpse. And you would kill him for your... The Holy Virgin weeps, for you are...
It is the mother of...
Where did she come? For hundreds of years, dormant, she has been waiting for the...
Listen to what he has to say. Tell us all where you are.
Her destination is beyond these waters. In the small... There she was. Kingsbridge. Where's that?
Hail Mary!
Make way for the Holy...
Hallelujah!
Make Robert well. Huh? Blessed Mary, let my daughter conceive.
Give us a good half!
They're donating to ask for her blessing.
Oh. The weeping Madonna shall hear, and With your I shall build her a new shrine at King's...
It's...
Who do
you...
Me? A ghost?
My husband is very much alive. I've known him since he was 12 years old.
But he drowned. By God, you drowned. 24 years ago. On the White Ship. My poor boy.
His name was Jacques.
Jacques Cherbourg.
Jacques Cherbourg.
So much has grown, but there are no roots, no herbs.
What are you looking at, Jonathan?
The garden is in disorder. I want it to be right again, but I don't know how to do it.
Before I became prior, I thought the same about Kingsbridge.
Well, what do
I cleaned...
Where do we start? What are weeds?
They take away... light, water...
What do we do?
Pluck them. They look a lot like every other plant, so you need to... Here, you see those? They're called wood sorrel. Let's pluck only those for...
I'll do it.
If you in... Make sure to pull out all of the thin...
And now what do I do?
For plants to take root, the soil must...
So... Done. What's next?
Stay here. I'll be... Now, where did... Ah, here they... You always said you wanted to plant these seeds and make a new garden, Milius? I think it's about time.
What did you bring?
Do you remember Milius? A kind man with a warm smile. Well, he told me to give you this.
Wow!
Now we just have to wait.
All right.
Too long for... Something, and only...
Why do we have to do all these?
Simply waiting would not have been enough, Jonathan. You just paved the way. They are happening. And in a few days' time, we will return.
Oh. Does he make things?
You...
No.
Now you can fetch some water.
But that water's smelly. There are many trees by the... I bet that water's...
That's a longer walk, though.
I don't mind. The distance...
Maybe you're right. It is worth it. Let's walk together, then.
But I'll carry the bucket.
Why isn't Remigius holding the sermon? What's gotten into...
Our church lies in ruins. But all of this, these dire times, something that, until...
What do you mean?
You've been praying. But you've been praying like you always... We don't need a church.
Where else are we going to pray?
The church is where God resides.
God doesn't work in the... Today, Jonathan tended to our garden to make it... And he told me of things... Good and evil are not in here, or out... They are within. God made us in... Thus, we carry the godly spark within us. But we have witnessed that man can... Prayer needs no special place. In our actions,
We are God.
No man is closer to God than any other. Whether you pray in church or on the... Whether you're a man, woman...
Philip, look outside. You have to see them. You've got to see the horses and the colours.
Jonathan. Now, what's going on?
I heard noises and I went...
Calm down.
But the priest said they brought a miracle.
Who? What? What priest?
Step right up, brothers and sisters. For you are about to see something that will change your life.
Who is that?
They brought us a miracle.
A miracle?
Don't be shy. There is no danger, just awe that awaits you here. Ah, you must be Prior Philip. I am Brother Reynold. I have been sent by the Archbishop of Canterbury. Here is his letter, in case you have reasonable doubts. We've been charged to accompany the Weeping Madonna. She is to replace the loss of your relic, Saint Adolphus the Martyr, who was...
What?
On her travel from far away Africa, she has collected donations to reward King...
I can't believe this.
What? You do believe. That is why she came. The Weeping Madonna came to me in a faraway land named Africa. A baptized Saracen was her former guardian, and I and the custodians of the Holy Virgin were chosen to take her on a journey.
What country did...
We have traveled all the way from the faraway land...
Africa has many...
Yes. I knew not her powers or destination. Nevertheless, I carried her for many miles.
What's it like?
The sun is always It's a land of great deserts, fig trees.
Like these horses. Are they horse?
They are not. To you, they might resemble horses, but the name the Africans have for thee. Many bore witness to her miracle before it dawned upon me.
You mentioned there were fig trees.
It looks like...
The scripture mentions these figs, and they sound nothing...
No two apples look or taste alike.
I'm getting the impression that this man has never... But why would he lie?
But I wondered, what shrine should be her shelter?
What is in this book will not
this
help
time,
me more than
it
the
was the
answers
Madonna herself who answered my questions. She said, "You shall build me a new church in Kingsbridge."
Excuse, don't interrupt.
And along the road, from Paris, across Normandy...
Hey!
Shh! The Weeping Madonna has chosen you! All of you!
Not now.
I will tell you again, dear brothers and sisters. The Weeping Madonna has chosen you! All of you! And I will tell you again. She is a true miracle that will change your life as she... Many bore witness to her miracle before it dawned upon me.
Jonathan?
They're about to show them...
She wanted to go home.
Brother, I've heard of a Reynold from the coast. A scheming drunkard who lives as a traveling monk.
You think that's him?
Perhaps it is. I don't trust him.
But where?
You don't need... If it's too loud for...
It came to me in a dream. It was Kingsbridge. I will tell you again.
What do you think of this?
They seem well intended, and we could use the money.
The Weeping Madonna has chosen you.
They look almost
all
like...
of you.
Hollow. Feels like a wicker basket covered in pelt.
Why was Kingsbridge chosen to be the home of the Holy Virgin?
Not now.
She said, "You shall
Did you hear
build me
what is
a
the...
new church in Kingsbridge." So we set off with the blessing of Archbishop Theobald of
Tell me the
Canterbury.
truth.
We are guardians of the... We were appointed by the Archbishop, but it was the Holy Virgin herself who chose us, while she...
Oh, yes. How did that...
She speaks with...
You must be thinking, how can he be so sure? In the beginning, I was not. I knew not her powers or destination. Nevertheless, I carried her for many miles. Now, brothers and sisters, I have heard that life has not been kind to Kingsbridge, but it is in places like these, and in dark
Why are you hiding?
times like these that God's light shines brightest.
Don't you?
And along the road from Paris across
That's not fit for a
Normandy, over the sea,
What is in this
all
book
the
will not
way
help.
to Kingsbridge. Devout. This church of Kingsbridge. Can you? You are a. The Madonna knows. The Virgin Mother. Kingsbridge has a. Prior James left you before his time when you needed him the most. Your old cathedral was burned to the.
How do you know this?
And your new one collapsed even before construction was finished. You have suffered the roof.
Dada!
All of you have lost husbands, wives.
Dada!
All of you know how it is to be hungry and afraid. But you, she will. For she knows how it is to lose a son and feel like God has abandoned you. She knows. She. Let me repeat. Kingsbridge has a.
Jack. Aliena.
Philip.
But this is...
A miracle, isn't it? Or something along those lines.
But how?
We thought it was time to give Tommy a home.
The boy? Your boy?
Well, Philip? Do you recognize him? Our little Tommy?
Tommy? But... It's been almost 3 years since I last saw you, Jack. Where on earth?
I'd almost given up looking for him.
And you decided to come...
Well, this is our home.
Then what...
With the Madonna, we were able to collect for your priory.
Really?
We can start anew. We can...
What's the catch?
I'll get to be Master Builder.
Why?
I've studied the cathedrals, churches, and houses they build in France and Spain. I saw how different their constructions were, with new shapes, colours, and ideas. Oh, you should have seen it. They combined rib vaulting and pointed arches. I want to do that.
Why here?
Because this is...
The townspeople probably think that's enough to build a whole cathedral. But to me, it looks like about £100. You know, that won't even pay for a year.
Like all of this, it's a symbol. Enough for a fresh start.
And the Madonna will stay here. Kingsbridge will attract visitors and donations again.
You mean I should be thankful for these lies?
Jack! Aliena! You came back!
We wanted to see you, little sister.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. But look at you! And the little...
Tommy.
How are the others?
Alfred left Kingsbridge. Richard shows up every now and then, and Ellen returned to the forest.
We need to visit her.
What's wrong, Martha?
I'm glad you're back.
I am too.
She looks like she's about to cry.
She will weep for... She knows your pain.
What now?
The miracle!
Her eyes are wet.
Her eyes!
Look at her.
Heaven.
They're shining!
She cannot hold her tears any longer.
She is made of wood. It's...
Why are you weeping? She is mute ever since her husband died.
The Madonna has suffered as I have. She understands.
nations through her faith. Mary has found. We can't keep trying to repair Kingsbridge by ourselves. Things are not improving. We're struggling to keep things as they are.
But we can't afford to hire help.
Without farming and fairs, we're back to Prior James's time.
All these past years, my advice was good enough for you. But it appears you've changed your mind now, again.
It is time we started doing something to wake up and make Kingsbridge what it used to be. We did before.
I'm not willing to accept a Don't you remember what happened? My, how easy.
I remember well.
And still, you put your trust into a group of random strangers to make... Philip, why in God's name have you stood by and let this... They're tricking us into giving them money for false idols!
They are giving us money.
So that we'll place this idol in our priory? Do you approve of this?
No. The Madonna is a trick, but the people have already decided. Did you not see what happened to Mary?
I saw. And I see that you intentionally turn up. I'm warning you, I cannot support a
Your threat won't, no matter how unconventional. Their return and their gift are a blessing.
You made your decision, Philip of Gwynedd. I resign. I'm leaving the Priory.
You got so big, Tommy. And you're just as shy as your father was.
Don't let him fool you. Usually, he's always up to something.
Tom would have been proud of you. Of both of you.
Is she still here?
Hmm?
Tom's wife.
Oh, no. Martha and I moved her to Kingsbridge. She's with Tom now. He always wanted that.
Ellen, we found Jack's family in Cherbourg.
The place he came from wasn't Cherbourg, it was Cherbourg.
Really? What were they like?
They were good people.
His grandmother said Jack looked just like him, like his father.
He does. But they never came for him or asked about him.
They thought he was dead. His ship sunk. He'd always wanted to go to England.
Have you ever heard of the White Ship?
No.
The king's family drowned.
My father was there. He was the only one who survived.
Not for long.
You told me that he was accused of stealing a chalice.
Yes. But I know he was innocent. I heard the story and had to find out what he looked like. He told me his name. I fell in love. I helped him escape. But in the end, they caught up with us.
What happened then?
They hanged him. I was there. And you were there, Jack. But you weren't born yet. He was led to the gallows. Everyone was quiet. The people somehow knew he was not a thief. But I knew for sure. He told me. He was so afraid. He didn't want to die. I didn't want him to die. And I prayed. Then I heard his voice. Quiet.
Sang sweeter than ever. as if the falling melody might wing and net dissever. At dusk the hunter took his prey, the lark his freedom net.
No! No!
You said that 3 men were responsible for Father's death.
Who were they?
The Sheriff of Shiring, Percy Hamley, Prior James of Kingsbridge, and Archdeacon Waleran Bygod. They showed no mercy. Neither did I.
I curse you! All of you! He will return to haunt you! One day, you will be judged for what you did. Your houses shall be consumed by fire. Your life shall end in pain and agony. You shall grow old in sadness and regret.
The people they killed will return to haunt them. I promised them.
We welcome our new prior, Remigius. He helped to recover the bones of the Saint of Kingsbridge, Adolphus, from the hands of thieves. Adolphus already rests safely in this great cathedral of Shiring. Our master builder Alfred promised me that it will only be a matter of a few years until the cathedral will be finished. And the Earl of Shiring has promised to support us. But he has not done so for himself. No, the Earl is not a selfish man. His mother, Lady Hamley, is sick. More and more, I feel the whole of England is suffering from a sickness. The sickness of war, poverty, and most of all, heathen beliefs. I have spoken to God. I asked him, begged him to walk amongst us, to heal us. But God told me that only when this great cathedral is finished will he have a temple to reside in. No matter the cost, this shall be a towering castle to protect us from evil and false beliefs. With this cathedral, we will bring an end to the dark times.
Waleran Bygod.
Jack? What are you doing here?
My father died by your hands, Waleran. His name was Jacques Cherbourg.
How dare you talk to the bishop like that?
He died right here.
Who are you?
I know that man. He's that bastard from Kingsbridge.
That man is my husband.
You?
All of you, listen to what we have to say. From now on, Kingsbridge is protected.
By our knights, by our walls, and by the word of the king.
So whatever you do, we will defend our town, our market and Fulling Mills.
And our cathedral, which we shall rebuild. All workers are invited to come and work for us.
Oh, preposterous.
If you so much as try to bring harm to us, Bishop, we will make sure that you pay for everything you did.
It had been 3 years. 3 years of drought. 3 years of hunger and poverty. England was brought to its knees. Only our walls had kept us safe from the bands of outlaws raiding towns and villages. Bishop Waleran and William Hamley forced the workers to finish their cathedral in Shiring. Many had died. The work on our own cathedral had almost come to a halt. 4 weeks the storm had raged on. It was then that our cathedral gave up its last secret. And everything changed.
Tom, I don't think you would have liked the sight of this. I don't think you would have liked the sight of this at all.
I know. You've not planned the cathedral to be that high.
But I reinforced the walls, like in Saint Denis. The storm shouldn't be that much of a problem. But if it's not the storm, then what is it? One day, people will fly, sailing on the wind. Rashid. The vaulting is cracked. The roof looks all right. Over here. What would you have to... Yes. If the vaulting was unstable, it could pull the wall, especially with this storm putting pressure. We have to find it. If I widen these cracks, we'll see if our... I don't like it. That won't happen. I don't think we have... I'm not done here. If I make it worse, then we'll at least... All right. One more time. If the vaulting were unstable, this part would have collapsed and the wall would retract. The cause of the problem is not up here. Tom. What would you have done? When we erected the Eastern Wall 17 years ago, there was also a crack. Yes. No matter what we did, it always came... But this is not the same wall. We rebuilt it. But the cause could...
The crypt! Huh. Yes, Tom. You kept the... But it never had to carry this much weight before. That's it! The problem must...
They were enraged. Bishop Henry thinks that the Pope should hear about what you wrote.
I think so, too. I would be honored if he...
Philip, I really...
There is no need for you to... It is just a book.
The problem is that the people love your sermons and what you wrote. Your book is being copied in priories all over England.
Is that not a good thing, if our mess...
In desperate times, Hope...
That is very...
Well, I fear the bishops. They might come to believe you took that power from them.
Huh.
Jack!
Have you been atop the cathedral during the storm?
Don't worry, Philip. The storm isn't as...
You shouldn't be up there risking your life. Sally and Tommy have been asking for their parents all morning.
The storm is If the storm works, I work. Jonathan, did you and the others come directly from Winchester?
Yes, we did.
What about Aliena?
She stayed a day longer for the Fleece Fair. She should be on her way.
In this storm?
We didn't expect it to get well.
No one did.
I am sure she'll be all right.
I need to go. I think I know why the east wall is unstable.
Yes? Why is that?
I'm not sure, but I think the answer lies... I think I know.
Wonderful. You know...
The one that burned down?
Yes. I only noticed it when I visited after Prior James died.
It wasn't there before?
No. I remember that I thought pointing at the sinners of King's...
A grim thought.
I was not happy with the...
Jonathan is... Aliena... Still, I feel... That's not the way to the crypt. Philip is right. It does look like a pointing right at the crypt. Rashid was right. People love to believe in miracles. The reason most people come to Kingsbridge now is for Philip's sermons. He tells them what they need to hear. He gives them hope. That definitely... The cause of the instability must be down here. Here we go.
Dear God.
These stones, they've been removed before. Whoever put them back just added some mortar on top of the stones to hide the fact that they were removed. The tile at the bottom was completely loose.
What does that mean?
I think it was an entrance.
An entrance? To where?
That's what we'll find out.
Careful now. You've got the whole east wall on top of you. Jack?
Jack?
I'm all right. I just hit my head. It's dark in here.
There's a whole room here. A chamber.
I'll get a torch.
Philip, I'll get it. You stay here.
There's sand. Huh? It's a...
What?
There's a bed in...
What? Jonathan, we need...
It's... Oh. What is that? That's not wood. It's metal gold, even.
I have the torch.
All right. Should be safe. Did you know about this place?
No. No, I did not. I have seen this chalice before, when I was very young. It's the chalice of the Eucharist from Kingsbridge Cathedral. Cuthbert told me about it. They said it was stolen.
And melted down. I know. Mother told me. They also said it was my father.
Did they?
So he's innocent then?
He must be.
And whoever hid the chalice is responsible. They hanged him in Shiring for stealing this chalice. But it was here all along.
That scourge. The whip. It belonged to Prior James. I was afraid of it when I first visited Kingsbridge with Francis and Abbot Peter. Even the look of it scared me.
James. Maybe it was him. I think I saw him during the night of when the old cathedral burned down. There was a man in the fire. His shoulders were bloody, as if he had just died.
It is you! By God and the devil!
He told me that he had sinned, that he had done something to me. Perhaps because I looked like my father.
So he confessed for framing your father while he hid the cup here?
But it couldn't have been James you saw. James died weeks before the fire.
Did he? You said they never found his body. Maybe he hid down here. Maybe that's why the bed's here.
Wait. Jack, you were in the burning cathedral. What were you doing there?
And then I told Philip what I'd done. He just looked at me. He didn't say anything.
Waynerin, what do you want?
Do you think it is wise to resign yourself to gluttony at times like these, while your people starve on the streets of Shiring?
Don't play the saint. You promise them miracles, and you make them pay. But your miracles never work out, do they?
God works in ways that we cannot comprehend.
My mother cannot walk. You failed. Again. What do you want?
I came about a book.
The Bible again?
No. Philip of Gwynedd wrote it. And the church is displeased. Bishop Henry was enraged. This is our chance, William.
Your chance, you mean? If you need forces, talk to Walter or Ugly. I don't care. I built your fucking cathedral. I'm done.
It's not just about Philip. It's about Aliena and her family.
Don't mention that name.
But have you not heard? King Stephen and Maud's son just signed a peace treaty.
I don't care.
You should care.
I said I don't. Now leave, and don't come back unless I ask for you. Where's my wife?
They've not returned yet, Lord William.
Then get me a whore! Now!
I am sorry for intruding, but I must ask, I was on my way from the Fleece Fair in Winchester to Kingsbridge and got...
Nasty, isn't it?
Yes. Thank you for your hospitality.
Someone! Help me! Please! I need help! Help!
Hello? Oh!
My horse!
Take my hand! We'll only be here until it's safe to leave. We won't bother you. I'm Aliena. What's your name?
Elizabeth.
Breathe, Elizabeth. You're safe now.
Shake your
people that are dull. We would.
Chyba chodzi mi na razie.